Hi, kindergarten families. My name is Kate Rattino, and I am the principal at Center Elementary School.
Good morning, kindergarten parents. My name is Jeff Schiller. I'm the assistant principal at Center Elementary, and I'd like to welcome you to your brand new kindergarten year.
Hi there, Wildcats. My name is Laurel Revita, and I'm the principal over at Gates Mills Elementary School.
Hello, kindergarten families. My name is Felicia Evans, and I'm the principal at Lander Elementary School, and I'd like to welcome you all to the Wildcat family.
How's it going, Mayfield kindergarten families? My name is Jalen Brown, and I'm the assistant principal at Lander Elementary School.
Hello, Wildcat community. My name is Craig Karoff, and I am the principal of Millbridge Elementary School.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to all our new kindergarten families. My name is Stephanie Cicerci, and I am the assistant principal at Millbridge Elementary.
Hello, my name is Carrie Heath, and I am the gifted coordinator for Mayfield City Schools.
Hi, Mayfield families. My name is Colleen Harrison. I am a coordinator of special education for the Mayfield City School District.
Portrait of a Wildcat is something that we strongly believe in here, and it was actually developed in-house by a number of our colleagues K through 12. And this is something that took a lot of time and effort, and we're really happy to share it with you today. This is something that by the time your child leaves in 12th grade, which I know is a long time away from now, these are competencies that we feel very strongly about and that we want every student to succeed with in Mayfield City Schools. And so the Portrait of a Wildcat includes what we call the 4 C's: critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. And those are all things that we really embed within our curriculum. We give kids many opportunities to practice those 4 skills because in the end, we want to create what we think of as global citizens who have personal balance and can also succeed academically. And I think you'll definitely see evidence of all 4 of those competencies on our paw print here in front of you throughout kindergarten and throughout the rest of their career in Mayfield. You're also going to hear a lot about all access learning and personalization. That phrase and that word signify everything that we do. And that is something that, again, came out of that Portrait of a Wildcat, where we really believe this is the way to go and this is the way to educate our kids. And so you'll see things throughout the course of the year that even though kids are the same age, we know that they learn at different ways and at a different pace. And so we are going to personalize their learning in reading, writing, and math and everything, and social emotional learning as well, to get to the point where they are successful and ready for the next grade level. We also know that all students in every class need access to really that foundational material and also deep, authentic learning opportunities. And so that kindergarten level builds that foundation, and you're going to see a lot of success there with your child so that they can get into more of those deep, authentic learning opportunities throughout the course of their career in Mayfield. So again, that customized and personalized approach doesn't just stop at academics. It also addresses our social, emotional, and academic development. And so you'll hear a lot about that through the coming weeks, months, and years ahead. But we really believe strongly in it, and it's something that we really value quite a bit. On the next slide here, as soon as I transition over, you're going to see a video that was put together pre-COVID, I will say, because as you'll see in the video here soon, you're not going to see any masks. You're not going to see social distancing, those things that we do need to employ right now. But what you will see is a lot of fun, a lot of engagement, and I think you'll get a pretty good picture of what kindergarten looks like. Here you go.
Hello, neighbor, what do you say? It's gonna be a wonderful day. Clap your hands and boogie down. Give me a bump and turn around.
We're very lucky in Mayfield to have all access, so it gives kids the opportunity to have lots of choice in their learning. We have tablets where the kids are able to do seesaw activities, which is an interactive journal, so the parents are able to see hands-on what the kids are doing and engaging in school. We also have different opportunities for them to demonstrate what they're learning with their star words. They are able to do it on a whiteboard table. They're also able to do it with reading with other friends. It just provides them lots of opportunities to be engaged.
Epic. It's called Epic, and yeah, so they read books to us. Yeah, instead of us reading it, and there's also pictures in it. So there's like all kinds of books.
Kindergarten students are using all access learning, and they're growing by making those choices of what they want to focus on each day and grow as readers, writers, and thinkers. They're able to take that interest level and the speed of their learning and really expand.
What you do is you just write the word that matches the picture. We're doing activities to learn. You press add and then it lets you do it. I'm making the numbers that are lost.
So kindergartners are amazing with the all access learning. They're actually being in charge of what they're learning and how they're learning. We're giving them many tools and devices to use, and they're exploring, and it's amazing how they are actually using devices and coding and using different STEM tools to help them with their engagement. It's actually amazing just to step back and look how they're learning without me even stepping in and helping them. So they're their own pilot, and they're in charge of their journey. So choices are Lexia, Write the Room, Robots on the Carpet, Ozos, or critters, coding critters. If there's too many friends, make a different choice. Make your brain just go for it.
We have to make. Here's the leader. We have to make the same one. We're trying to put these together, and then if the picture matches in the corner, right here. If the picture matches right here, then we have to connect them, and the words and the picture have to match.
Hi, so I'm Stephanie Stanger, and I'm a kindergarten teacher here at Gates Mills. My students are currently involved in all access learning, and they absolutely love it. They are working at their own pace. They're involved in setting their own goals. They work independently, and they have lots of voice and choice. Currently, they are right now working on tablets and Starfall, and they get choices of the activities they want to do, and it's self-paced. They are also solving addition problems at their own pace. They're choosing which puzzles they want to do. They are working on team numbers and having lots of choice in what they're doing in the centers that they're involved in.
Well, we have to do fun stuff. We write stuff and we have to write stuff and we have to try to write it by ourselves.
Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you enjoyed that sneak peek into what kindergarten will be like for your child. And I know that we'll have many fun and engaging experiences together as a team.
Hi, Wildcat families. One of the most common questions that we get from incoming kindergarten parents is, how can you help your child become ready for kindergarten? There are some things that we can suggest you do to help your child become more physically, socially, and emotionally ready for school. As I show you this checklist, though, please keep in mind we do know that all children develop at different rates. We do understand that all of these things might not be possible before kindergarten starts, but they are some things that you can practice as a family. As far as physical skills go, enjoy playing outdoors. enjoy having your children run, jump, and climb. You can have them practice cutting, bouncing a ball, riding a bicycle. There's some health and safety things that you can also practice with your child. As far as safety needs, if you could make sure that they have their required shots, as well as an eye exam and a dental exam. We also ask that you teach them their first and last name, their parents' names, how to look for cars in a parking lot, how to not talk to strangers, and things like that that will just help us to keep them safe while they're at school. As far as personal needs, the more independence that you can help us develop ahead of time, the better. So things like using the restroom, washing their hands, brushing their teeth, using a tissue without assistance, things like that will help tremendously as we kick off the kindergarten year. One of the things I know our teachers really appreciate is for parents to practice zipping up coats and jackets as we go in and out from recess. That's something that can take quite a bit of time if students don't develop that independence. So I know one of our teachers here at Center has a zipper club, and students, as they learn how to do that, it's celebrated. So anything you can do at home to help teach those skills and celebrate them would be amazing. As far as social and emotional skills, give your child the opportunity to play with others. Give them the opportunity to separate from you. So if there's a period of time that they can be with a friend or a family member or a grandparent or an aunt and uncle, the process of separating from you is something that will help as we kick off the kindergarten year. As far as other social and emotional skills, if you give them some chores to do at home, some directions to follow at home, and just really praise them when they do it, let them know how much you appreciate it, things like that are really going to help them develop the independence and the skills that they're going to need. We thank you for any time that you can spend on any of these things. Again, we don't expect everything to be mastered before they start the year, but any time you can spend on the things mentioned or the things that you see on the screen would be wonderful. Thank you.
Students are eligible for kindergarten if they will be 5 as of August 1st, 2021. Our registration process is done completely online, and it will begin on March 1st, 2021. To find the link for the registration page, you can go to the Mayfield City Schools website. As you are going through the registration process, if you have any questions, you can call Laura Cantrell at 440-995-7243. One of the questions that we get the most often during registration is, where will my child go to school? Well, your child's school placement will depend on where you reside. All placement is based on student.
Hello, my name is Carrie Heath, and I am the gifted coordinator for Mayfield City School District. I'm going to share with you our early entrance to kindergarten process. If your child will not be 5 before our August 1st deadline this year, you will need to apply for early entrance to kindergarten. The application packet for early entrance can be acquired from our Pupil Services Department at the board office. It needs to be completed by May 15th of this year, which is the deadline. Since early entrance to kindergarten is considered a whole grade acceleration, we will follow our board-approved policy and the recommendations of the Ohio Department of Education for accelerations. This means that we need to collect some academic data for your child in the form of 2 assessments. The first is a WIPSE ability assessment. This will be administered by one of our school psychologists, and the student will need to achieve at least a 115 or above to proceed to the next assessment. The second assessment is a Woodcock-Johnson Achievement Assessment, which will be administered by myself. I will be assessing your child in math and in reading. Let me note that both of those assessments must be administered in person, and we would follow all of the district safety protocols to provide a safe testing environment. All of this data will need to be placed into the Iowa Acceleration Scale, which is the recommended tool for accelerations. Once the assessment process is complete, the acceleration team will meet and make recommendations to the pupil services regarding the early entrance. Parents will be notified within 45 days with a district decision. Please make sure to follow through with any of your preschool plans, as the local preschools tend to fill up very quickly, and there's no guarantee that your child will qualify for early entrance. Again, the information packet is available by contacting our Pupil Services Department at the board office. If you have any questions regarding early entrance to kindergarten, I am happy to help you answer those questions. My contact information is provided.
So now let's
Thank
take
you.
a look at our screening process, which will take place during the week of August 16th. So all of our registered kindergarten students will receive a call before summer break from the building secretary or an email from the building secretary to schedule a screening date and time for your child once we return to school in the fall. Screening will take place in your child's school. So when you register, you'll find out which elementary school that your child will be attending, and that is the elementary building you will go to for your child's screening. Please, please, please make sure that your child is with you for the screening. They will be doing academic readiness assessments. This is nothing to worry about. It's nothing you have to prepare or have your child study ahead of time for. This is just a good chance for our kindergarten teachers to sit down with your child and to kind of see their strengths and their needs so we can form our instruction and best meet the needs of your child. During screening, they will be looking at the kindergarten readiness assessment, which is an assessment that's aligned to Ohio Early Learning and Development Standards. And all it does is it just measures the readiness of our incoming kindergartners in their language and literacy skills, their mathematical skills, social foundations, and their physical well-being and motor development. A lot of this is one-on-one with the teacher or just teacher observation of your child throughout the school day. And it's important to know that this is only administered once at the beginning of the year, and this does not have an impact on whether your child can start kindergarten with us or not. It's just another one of those tools that we use to, again, identify those strengths of your child and the needs of your child. So let's take a look at what the first week of school is going to look like. On August 12th, we will have a kindergarten orientation from 6 to 6:45, and this will be in your own individual building. So if you're a Lander student, you'll be at Lander, Millridge, you'll go to Millridge, Center, you'll go to Center, and Gates Mills, you'll come to Gates Mills. Then the week of August 16th, that's when we'll have our kindergarten screening and phase-in going. And our phase-in typically is over a couple days. It's spread out, and we typically do it by last name of alphabet. This just helps so that not all the kids are there at one time, and it's an easier transition for our kiddos. And then on Monday, August 23rd, it is go time. All of our kindergartners will be there for a full day. So let's look at a typical school day. I don't want you to worry. We have tons of staff members who are going to be at those front doors of the school ready to greet your children and to help them get to their class. So we ask that you give them a big hug and a kiss goodbye before entering the building. The students will enter the building alone, and our staff will guide them to their classrooms where their wonderful kindergarten teachers will be waiting at their classroom door to welcome them and give them nice hugs. To begin each day, we start with a morning meeting across all of our elementary schools. And this morning meeting is a great piece of social emotional. It's a great way to begin the morning. It kind of eases the students into the day. It helps them get ready to participate. It typically starts off with a welcome and a greeting from the teacher, a message from the teacher, and then the students get to greet one another. And it usually ends with some sort of fun activity for the students to do. Students will have a minimum of 90 minutes during the day for language art and 60 minutes for their math block. Typically, these blocks look like small groups, center-based, one-on-one conferencing with the teacher, or individualized instruction on their own, where students are working at their own pace. Then we have our lunch and recess block, everybody's favorite block of time, for 50 minutes during the middle of the day. Typically, we do 25 minutes for lunch and 25 minutes for recess. And a couple of friendly tips for lunch. Our students are able to buy, even our kindergartners, they're able to buy lunch, but it really helps them with the big transition to school if for the first week or two, you pack a lunch for them. It kind of puts them at ease more, and they're not worried about having to go where in the cafeteria to buy that lunch and to get it. So it really, really helps if you pack a lunch for those first few weeks. And don't be worried or upset if your student comes home and their lunchbox is still pretty full. It's overwhelming for them, and really all they want to do is talk to one another and get to know one another at lunch. We encourage them to eat as much as possible, but if they're still coming home with a lot of their food, don't worry, they will eventually start eating. They're just being very, very social. Another good tip at home would be to practice having them pack their lunch and then eat out of it, maybe at your kitchen table. So they practice that eating during that 25-minute time so they're ready to come in. And also just being cognizant of what you pack for them. It is frustrating for them when they have so many things that they have to tear open or have cut open. We do have teachers and staff members who help our kindergarten students with that sort of stuff, but if they can't get to them quick enough, they tend to get really frustrated. We do have science and social studies, which is more embedded into that language arts block. And of course, our social emotional lessons to provide growth for all of our kindergartners.
I'm going to take the opportunity now to go through some frequently asked questions, and these are just some things that typically come up as a part of the process when you're preparing for kindergarten in Mayfield. First question, is Mayfield a green district? We are a green district. We try to be as much as possible. We try to post as much information as we can on our websites, our classroom websites. Teachers will provide information both via email and on their class websites as well. Our grades are also come digitally. Our newsletters are digital, and any school-wide events will be communicated digitally as well. What does lunch look like for your child? Students have the opportunity to pack or buy school lunch, and for any free or reduced lunch information, you can check out our website for that. After school care options, they are offered at all of our elementary schools. We use a program called Champions, which is a subsidiary of KinderCare, and they offer an after-school program on site at the elementary schools. Students from Gates Mills are transported to Center Elementary School for that care. There are also several different local daycares that transport to the different schools based on the area, and you can contact the school office for that information. In our school bus, we do have lots of kindergartners and families that elect to ride our school bus. These could be group or individual stops depending on the route, and these are typically available on our website and will be loaded into the Infinite Campus system about a week before school starts, so you can get an idea of what the bus route would be and the times. But one thing that we do want to make sure is that you have to have an adult present for any kindergarten students. So when your child gets to the bus stop at the end of the day, if there's not an adult there to pick up that particular kindergarten student, that student will be brought back to the school, and we'll give you a call to come pick up your child from school. And in terms of the instructional day, the times for that, due to COVID and some of the health restrictions, we're going to wait till we get a little bit closer to the start of the school year to be able to publish what our exact instructional times will be. When will you be able to meet the teacher and see the classroom for the first time? We are hoping at curriculum night or during the screening appointments on the week of August 16th, you'll be able to have the opportunity to do that. Again, the kindergarten orientation date is August 12th, 2021 from 6 o'clock to 6:45 p.m. via Zoom, so mark your calendars for that date. And again, we are also preparing a May orientation based on the building that your child is assigned to, so you'll get some communication from the school once you take the opportunity to register your child. Once you do that, then we'll begin to communicate information to each specific family about a May orientation, so we can provide some more, hopefully some more answers as we get closer to the end of this school year and the start of next school year. And setting up a screening appointment, again, these will be scheduled through the individual schools, and you will either get a phone call or an email for a Sign Up Genius link to sign up for a time for the week of August 16th. And you can look for that later into the summer. And that does wrap up our kindergarten orientation virtually. We really appreciate you taking the time to view this presentation. We know that there was a lot of information provided. And again, if there are questions, we will be holding another May orientation as we get closer and we have more information ourselves from the Board of Health and the different restrictions that will be in place. So most important thing we really want you to do right now is just make sure that you register online beginning March 1st. You can go to our website, www.mayfieldschools.org, and you can sign up there. You can also contact our registration office. That information is available on the website if you do have any questions or you're having difficulty uploading some documents or anything like that. So again, we cannot wait to welcome your little ones to our schools, and we really look forward to working and partnering with you and your families as you begin this new adventure.